Good morning, school. Class 11C is privileged to present this morning's assembly. Please join us in singing hymn number 57 to be found on page number 44. Please be seated.
War is a topic that evokes so many emotions and thoughts, ranging from valor of heroism to the devastating consequences it brings upon humanity. Throughout history, wars have shaped societies, redrawn borders, and altered the course of civilization. Despite its complexities, discussing war is essential for understanding human experience and the intricacies of conflict resolution. Excellent presentation for the day. I wish doing work was as simple as that. There are so many questions that need to be answered. Yes, Shreya. However, we do intend to raise some very important questions, which we feel that as young people, we might have to address in the not so distant future. We begin with the questions, and we would like you to put on your thinking caps. What is your question, Saki?
Amidst the vast array of resources a country possesses, what do you consider to be the utmost pivotal resource?
Money?
Maybe,
Technology?
perhaps.
My next question is war indispensable?
Of course it is. Wait, Anjali, I've got a question. As young individual, if faced with a decision, would you opt for armed conflict or pursue alternative paths to promote peace?
This is absurd. What about countries who bully? How can we effectively address and handle the issue of aggressive behavior displayed by certain countries on the international stage?
I've got a very important question to ask. In a world without war, how could the role and significance of soldiers be reshaped or redefined in a more peaceful and conflict-free global landscape?
So many questions, dear audience. But why are we still so reluctant to change? Did you know that Robert Oppenheimer, the brilliant physicist whose intellect and ingenuity were instrumental in developing the atomic bomb, experienced a profound transformation as an ardent advocate of peace? Witnessing the catastrophic consequences of the nuclear bombings in Hiroshima and Nagasaki during World War II, he found his convictions shaken to the core. The haunting realization that the destructive potential of these weapons was immeasurable weighed heavily on his conscience. Gradually, Oppenheimer emerged as a vocal proponent for nuclear arms disarmament and control, passionately advocating for a world free from the specter of nuclear warfare.
Thank you for that example, Ishita. What a coincidence. The play we are about to present is called Bury the Dead. Amidst the act of burying the dead lies a crucial inquiry. Should we, as the stewards of tomorrow, confront these significant questions with courage or risk obscuring them from sight, ignoring the lessons they hold?
We would like to extend a word of caution before we begin this presentation. This presentation is in no way intended to demean the contributions of the soldier or belittle patriotism.
In the book of Proverbs, we come across a passage that extols the virtues of wisdom and understanding. Blessed are those who find wisdom, those who gain understanding, for she is more profitable than silver and yield better returns than gold. She is more precious than rubies. She is a tree of life to those who hold her. Those who hold her fast are blessed.
What do you think you would smell like after you'd been lying out for 2 days? A blooming lily of the valley? They'll be buried soon enough. Keep digging. Dig and scratch. Dig and scratch. What a war. When you're not digging trenches, you're digging graves.
When you're not digging graves, you're scratching at fleas. By God, there are more fleas in the army than...
I used to shower every day. Can you imagine?
Alright, Mr. Lifeboy. We'll put your picture in the Saturday Evening Post in color. Lift dirt, soldier, come on. This ain't no vacation.
We know that, Sergeant.
Digging, and rats! Oh!
Get him! Get him! Kill that Oscar! He's coming this way. We got him cornered.
Bash his brains out! You got him with that one! Ah! Here you are, Sergeant. I'll be got from company in.
Stop this, master! I don't like it!
Sergeant, I'm disappointed. This rat's a fine pedigreed and spent only on the choicest young men the United States turned out in the last 20 years. Have you ever seen such a fat rat in your whole life? I bet he ate like a horse, this one.
Notice the heavy, powerful shoulders to this rat. Notice the well-covered flanks. Notice the rounded belly. Good feeling. I'm awful tired of this. I didn't enlist in the war to be a grave digger.
Keep digging. A man's entitled 6 feet of dirt over his face.
I hope they don't put me too far under when my turn comes. I want to be able to come up and get the smell of air every once in so often.
Belly up, they stink!
Alright, Fanny. From now on, we'll perfume them before we ask you to put them away.
I don't like the way they smell, that's all. I don't have to like the way they smell, do I? A man's got the right to use his nose, ain't he? Even though he's in the army. Come on, let's put them away. I'm getting blisters big enough to use for balloons here.
Alright. If you're such a hurry. Put them in. Put them in neat there.
File them away alphabetically, boys. We might need to refer to them later. The general might want to look at some past cases.
Hey, this one's just a kid. I knew him a little. Nice kid. He used to write poems.
Belly up, they stink!
Hold it!
What's the matter now? Do we have to dance around them?
We gotta wait for the chaplains. They gotta say some prayers over them.
Is everything ready?
Yes, chaplain.
Wait, Snappy, I'm awful tired.
Have patience.
I haven't any. Sleep is what I would like. Wouldn't
We all...
Angelus Domini nunciavit Mariae et concepit Spiritus Sancto Ave Maria gratia plena Dominus tecum
I heard a groan.
Shut up, soldier!
I heard a groan.
I heard it coming from that side.
What about it? Can you have a war without groans? Keep quiet, soldiers! Oh! Oh my God!
Stop them. Get them out of here. Linemen don't leave them.
Stay where you are. I'll shoot the first man that moves!
Don't bury us. We don't want to be buried. Don't go away. Stay with us.
We want to hear the sound of men talking.
Don't be afraid of us.
Captain! Captain!
I was expecting this to happen. So many men each day. It's too bad. It had to happen, my company. Gentlemen, at ease.
We want to do the things we've never done. That's all.
I'm only telling the generals what I saw.
You are making this up, Captain.
No,
In times of war, Captain, men see strange things.
not stranger than war.
You're hungry and weak and sleep deprived, and you imagined it all, and that's okay.
They are not ghosts. They were men. Killed 2 days ago, staring at me. What are the generals going to do about it?
Forget it. A man is taken for dead and put in a grave. He wakes from coma and stands up. It happens every day. You've got to expect such things in a war. Send them to the hospital.
Hospitals? Hospitals aren't for dead men. What are the generals going to do about it?
Don't stand there croaking. What are the generals going to do about it?
Get them examined by a doctor.
Number 1. Evisceration of the lower intestine. Dead 48 hours.
Number 1. Evisceration of the lower intestine. Dead 48 hours.
Number 6. Destruction of the right side of the head from supraorbital ridges. You'd be
Destruction,
a pretty sight for your mother.
destruction of the right side of head from supraorbital ridges. You'd be a pretty sight for your mother.
Doctor,
Yes, sir.
in your reports here, you have said that each of the 6 men is dead.
Yes, sir.
Then I don't see what the fuss is all about. Bury them.
I'm afraid that can't be done, sir. They're standing on their graves and refuse to be buried.
Do we have to go into that again?
6 dead men, risen from the grave. A curious situation, isn't it? Wouldn't you like to know the reaction of the common people and the press? This is what they had to say.
I don't know, Charlie. I kind of see what they're aiming at. I wouldn't like to be put 6 feet under now. I wouldn't.
What's the difference?
There's a difference, alright? It's kind of good being alive. It's kind of nice being on top of the earth, seeing things, hearing things, and smelling things.
They're dead, aren't they? Nobody is putting them down while they're alive.
It amounts to the same thing, Charlie. They should be alive now. What are they? A parcel of kids?
Shh. Keep it quiet. Nobody must know. Keep it quiet. Shh.
Get me McCready at the war zone. It's an awfully funny story. It's the story of the year, the story of the century. It's the biggest story of all times. These soldiers just stood up and said, "You cannot bury us. Something is happening. Somebody's waking up." Hello, McCready. Hanson from New York. Listen, I've got this story about these.
The story is as straight as a rifle barrel.
Well, what do the authorities want?
They refuse to comment.
But
In times of war, people have the right to know nothing.
Men, you are dead officially. All of you. I won't mince words. You heard? We are the civilized race. We bury our dead. Lie down. Private Driscoll, Private Schelling, Private Levi, Private Dean, Private Morgan, Private Webster.
What is it going to get you? Standing above the earth? I asked you a question. Answer me.
Other men are dead.
Men die for their country's sake. If not you, then others. It has always been. Men died for Caesar, for Pharaoh, for Rome, and Hitler, and Mussolini. Why not you?
Men, even the men who die for Caesar, for Pharaoh, and Rome, and Hitler, and Mussolini, must, in the end, before all hope is gone, discover that a man can die happy only for a cause that is his own, not Hitler's or Rome's.
Have you got any suggestions?
I think so. Get the women.
No.
I'm Catherine Driscoll. I'm looking for my brother.
No. Driscoll. I am Tom Driscoll.
Hello. There. I don't know you. After 15 years and
What do you want?
it's kind of funny thing. My coming here to talk to a dead man. I don't know how to begin.
You are wasting your words, Catherine.
Poor Tom. It couldn't have been a sweet life for you.
It was not.
And yet you want to go on? Is there no more sense in the dead, Tom, than there is in the living? You're dead now. Your fight is over.
The fight is never over. I have things to say to people that fight somebody else's war.
Does it hurt much, John? They say you're dead, John.
I am dead, alright.
Then how is it that you're standing?
Maybe there are too many of us under the ground now. Maybe the earth can't stand it no more. You have to change the crop sometimes. Why are you here?
They asked me to get you to let yourself be buried.
There are things that the earth still owes me.
Everything has its place, John. Dead men have theirs.
How is the kid, Bess?
He's fine. He talks now. He weighs 28 pounds.
I would like to see the kid and the farm.
You were a strange man, John. I never did understand what you were all about.
We never talked.
What took you so long then? Why now? Why not 10 months ago, a year ago, even a month ago?
I didn't see it before.
Just like you. Wait until it's too late. There's plenty for live men to stand up for. All right, tell them all to stand up now. All of them.
Let me see your face, son.
You don't want to see it, Ma. Didn't they tell you what happened to me?
I asked the doctor. He wouldn't tell me.
Don't ask to see it, Mom. Go home. It's not doing you any good.
I want you to let them bury you. It's over and done with.
No.
Let me see your face, Dean. It was such a good and fine face, like a good baby's. Do you think a mother can be afraid of his own son's face?
No.
Baby, I'm your mother. Let me see your face.
I'm only 20 years old, Mom. I haven't done anything. I haven't seen anything. I practiced to be a man for 20 years and then I was dead.
So for once, so that I can remember, let me see your face.
The shell hit close to me, Mom. You don't want to look at a man's face when the shell hits close to him.
It didn't work. They are still standing. Somebody do something. Pray, pray. God must help us. Down on your knees, all of you.
It will take more than prayers. What are prayers to dead men? They are standing so that you stand up for peace. You must stand up and think before you give the orders for bombs to be loaded and bullets to be sharpened.
Plant a new crop. The old crop has worn out. Plant something besides life in the old and weary earth.
We asked you some questions before we started this event. In fact, we asked each other these questions while discussing our assembly. We realized that no answer is absolute and every problem has several potential solutions.
I had asked you, what is the most important resource a country possesses? Dear audience, wouldn't you agree that the most important resource a country possesses is its young people?
My question was, is war indispensable?
I'll answer that. Some argue that war has been an unfortunate reality throughout human history and has sometimes been necessary to defend against aggression, protect the interests of a nation, or uphold human rights.
Wynberg-Allen, what would you opt for? Armed conflict or pursue alternative paths to resolve conflict and promote peace? We wouldn't want an armed conflict ever, right?
My question was, how can we effectively address and handle the issue of aggressive behavior displayed by certain countries on the international stage?
Just the way we handle bullies, coming together and standing up against them, perhaps through economic sanctions and diplomatic isolation.
The last question was, in a world without war, how would the role and significance of soldiers be defined or reshaped in a more peaceful and conflict-free global landscape?
In a conflict-free global landscape, the role of soldiers would transform into one that prioritizes peacekeeping and humanitarian efforts. These roles would include disaster relief, environmental protection, infrastructure development, and cybersecurity and information defense.
Check. answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many times must a man look up before he can see the sky? How many years can one man have before he can hear people cry? How many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Let us bow our heads in prayer. Divine source of harmony and tranquility, we come here before you with open hearts and a sincere longing for peace. We acknowledge the conflicts that exist within and around us, and we seek your guidance and blessings to pave the path towards serenity. Grant us the wisdom to see the humanity in each other despite our differences. May understanding and empathy replace prejudice and judgment. Let our words and actions be a testament to the power of compassion so that we may bridge the gaps that divide us. In the face of chaos and discord, instill within us the courage to be peacemakers. May we sow seeds of unity wherever we go, nurturing them with patience and kindness. Help us to listen deeply, to hear the unspoken pain and hopes of others, and to respond with love. In your name and in the name of all that is good and just, we pray for peace. Amen.
Class 11C would like to extend its heartfelt gratitude to the wonderful people who made our presentation possible. Thank you, Mr. Gailey and Mr. Godson, for the help with the song. We are very grateful for our teachers who allowed us time to practice for the play. The technical assistance that we received from Mr. Craig Tyndale and his team in the control room is deeply appreciated, as is the help with the stage properties from Ms. Mark and the auditorium monitors. Thank you, Mr. Tyndale and Mr. Ratcliffe, for this unique opportunity that is given to every class for display of talent. We are grateful, dear audience, that you patiently received our message and generously showed your appreciation. Thank you, Mr. Roy Chaudhary, for taking pictures of the assembly, and Mr. James and his team for recording the presentation. We are grateful to Mr. Banerjee for his help and supplies from the art room. We would also like to thank our class teacher, Ms. McFarland, for her guidance. Thank you, everybody. Your kindness is truly appreciated. Now, I would like to hand over the rest of the proceedings to our principal, Mr. Tyndale. So.